Hey fellas, and welcome back to With a Y. Today I need to let you guys know just how much I hate Ralsei Deltarune. There's no official last name, so we're going with that. Or more like we're going to be looking at something of a recent upswell of hatred for Ralsei, and also some historical hatred for the little guy that I've been seeing crop up recently. And full disclosure, like most of the videos where I'm choking the life out of a fictional character or a fictional representation of a real person, the hate for them is like ironic and in jest. The thing is, you guys might remember that I've done something similar like this, where I was like saying Ralsei is going to be evil by the end of the game. That was about 3 months ago, and I'm going to try to make sure there's not too much crossover in the stuff we're covering in this one and that one, but my methodology with covering it is going to be completely different, because instead of being dishonest and pretending like I'm truly a Ralsei hater, I'm going to be a rational, insane person and rebel against anybody who dare says that he's something I should dislike. From Deltarune Timer, we have something from all the way back in June, talking about all the reasons that anybody who thinks Ralsei isn't going to be the evil by the end of it is stupid and dumb. He can use fire magic, a neutral ability. Toriel has been able to use fire magic since the very start of Undertale. He can fly, again, another neutral characteristic. Neither of these things on their own are something that are incriminating in the slightest. He can one-shot a statue that's strong enough to give Chris and Susie trouble. Actually, he got a sneak attack on that statue. And if you've ever played any RPG other than just Deltarune, you'd know that a sneak attack multiplier is often enough to take care of some of even the strongest bosses in a game that would take ages to fight if you went head-on with them. Ralsei knows that Chris is working for/with the Knight, and yet they're still supportive. It just sounds like you're mad at someone for being a good and loyal friend. They probably know where the key to your house is and how to open your windows. And he hasn't done that yet, so why should I be bothered? Like, I think you're just mad that he's the only one out of the fun gang who doesn't have a fucking weird-ass sprinting animation as of chapters 3 and 4. Like, have you seen Chris's isolated running animation where they're not holding the sword? They look stupid as fuck. Susie, you can't really say the same for Susie. She just kind of like carries herself with pizzazz everywhere she goes. Like, most of these points boil down to Ralsei is capable and knows more than he initially lets on. But we find out the reasoning for that, it's really bad untreated self-loathing that he just needs to go to a therapist for. Share a screenshot of the wiki page for comedy all you want. You can't fool me, Deltarune Timer. You're a fraud just like the rest of them. Another argument a lot of people will make in favor of Ralsei being an evil, conniving, backstabbing piece of shit is basically just variations of what we see here. Here's a main example that people use of him being capable of so much more and knowing so much more than he tells us. It's so crazy how Ralsei just takes advantage of the player's omnipresence by telling Chris to close their eyes and then making us look at other stuff while he just does whatever he wants, and there's no way we could even know what most of the time. And notice how he's given us a clear cue as to how that is what's happening. He only does this to occasionally get a word into Chris on their own, when most of the runtime of the game they're going out of their way to almost be nicer and more accommodating to us than the Chris streamer that exists on the same level of reality as them, as a fictional video game character. And as far as I'm concerned, anything that slights and inconveniences Chris Dreamer is a bonus to your character, as in my opinion. I'm sick of this stupid chud vessel getting babied all the goddamn time. I'm the player and the game is supposed to conform to me. During the Lightner's Live minigame, Ralsei is on stage, despite not being a Lightner. This is a subtle nod to the fact that he is evil and greedy and always tries to make everything about himself. That's not the case at all. That's exactly the opposite of what's going on here. As a group, the Fun Gang is never referred to collectively as anything but Lightners. They don't acknowledge that there's like a token Darkner in there. They're all just Lightners, and we don't know what object Ralsei is, the only Darkner we know who can survive in every single Dark World we've ever been in, and doesn't seem to have an apparent object that they're tied to in reality. They're also the only Darkner that's actually like, at all like a feasible monster shape. Like, that is just straight up a boss monster phenotype. Like, you can't lie to me. It's because they're a real person and deny themselves that reality. And everybody's like, oh, they're racist to Darkners and just look down on everybody and have low self-esteem and think everybody else should have just as low as self-esteem as they do. And I think that's a bunch of horseshit. I think Ralsei's internalized racism to other Darkners is a result of every Darkner just being kind of a prick them. Like, ooh, boo-hoo, I want to believe in my self-worth, but I won't treat the fucking Prince of Darkners with even a modicum of respect. Even Noel can barely remember Ralsei other than like the dude who looks kind of like Chris's brother, even though they are safely established as different. Like, fucking King, Queen, like a bunch of individual Darkners are so dismissive of Ralsei, despite him like low-key being the fucking top dog of the entirety of that plane of reality. Like, I wouldn't have nice shit to say about those guys either if I got treated the same way by them. From Koshia Karma, most evil Deltarune character, by the way, lying through my teeth. How could you hate a face like that and think this could be the face of evil? Sure, this little goat monster might know everything there is as to the nature of the reality he exists in, but he's like really chill about it and actually kind of afraid, which is like the exact type of complex I'd want someone to have over this type of shit if they were gonna be the keeper of said information. I'm glad that he's not power tripping. I'm glad that he's stumbling over the power. He doesn't fucking know what to do with the knowledge and responsibility and is scared of hurting his friends. He was scared to even be himself around them. Notice how his icon is still like the hatted version of him, and Susie's icon is still the version of her that has her eyes covered by her hair. But their overworld sprites show their eyes showing. The only one we're waiting on now is Chris. It's because they've opened up and become better people. Chris Dreamer is the one you need to be directing your ire at. Evil Ralsei is such a funny theory because genuinely, the most malicious he can get is just this. I'm gonna show you this clip and then give you an example of it literally happening in the game.
Here you go.
Thanks. Huh?
I like the sprite that they chosen here. It does genuinely look like Ralsei trying to hold back laughter at a silly little practical joke. I just realized it's kind of unfortunate that SpongeBob looks like he pissed himself in this scene.
April Fools!
What did you do to my drink?
I...
You what?
I've never seen this Susie sprite without Ralsei's glasses on it. I've also think I've only seen this Ralsei face sprite when he's splatted down and Susie landed on him and he's like, just kidding, being sarcastic.
You what?
You asked for a couple of ice cubes in your drink, and I only put in one!
I guess that is pretty funny.
Like, this is the most canon interaction Ralsei has ever had. You guys might not recognize the dialogue I'm about to show you because the circumstances you get it under are a bit rare, but it's like those neat little tidbits that, like, every person's copy of Deltarune is personalized. Haha, Chris, Susie taught me something nice. Hear it? She said, I should call you, a noob? Apparently it means your favorite person. That means both you and Susie are noobs. Hey, no, only you and Chris are noobs. Wait, Susie, you mean you're, no, I mean, look, it actually means you're bad at games. Oh, like he seems heartbroken, and then the homie just comes back with a zinger. So only Susie is a noob? Hey! Sorry for calling you a noob, Chris. You're low-key goated with the sauce when it comes to Minecraft Bed Wars. And me, right? Susie, I'm sorry, but you got lay epic trolled. You should really be proud of Ralsei coming out of his shell in this way. It's heartwarming character growth. Who wouldn't love to see it? Now, about the Ralsei hate I've been seeing, it all comes in the form of, like, one particular hashtag. There's like a contingent of Ralsei fans on the website who are just trying to make hashtag Ralsei spin trend. It's like something real basic. And then there's this other side to Twitter where it's like hashtag Kill Ralsei November. Of course, there is a dedicated Ralsei hater account. There's plenty of these sort of things. But like some people have been taking this as a daily drawing challenge of like ways they are going to summarily execute Ralsei. Kill Ralsei November, day 17, jumped. And it's like the little kid that they made bite the curb for the TikTok video and then it's image friend about to kill him. To participate in Kill Ralsei November, simply tag a post of you killing Ralsei with hashtag Kill Ralsei November. You just got people up in a big iron at their plushes of Ralsei, which kind of makes them fake id gaffers because they bought a Ralsei plush. Kill Ralsei Day 8, rug. I don't know who either of the people dancing on the rug Ralsei is, but that's fucked up. How do we know he's not just doing a really elongated splat? I took 3400 by 70 to the 100th power times 140 divided by 180 years to make this. Please like. Ralsei shredding VFX, and they turned them into piles of Azrael's dust. You have people logging into Gmod with Grillbee, Ralsei, and Ultra Kill mods they've installed just to summarily execute them. Like, was all of this necessary? Like, was all of this necessary? It feels like a bit much. Dude, he's clearly fucking dead. Like, you don't need to do more. Time to beat the dead body like I'm the Joker and this is fucking Jason Todd. Oops, open the Dark World. What happens when you open a Dark World on somebody's dead body? People just taking out their rage on Ralsei like a punching bag. The same way that Darkners do. You guys are no better than the fucking fictional characters in the game. My day sucked, so I drowned Ralsei. My pre-existing contribution to hashtag Kill Ralsei November. And of course you make Sans do it, dude. That's like some next level disrespect. It's completely unnecessary to have him involved with this. Listen, I'm just saying if Ralsei ends up being as powerful as everybody is scared of him being in the final story, he's gonna like blitz whatever universe you decide to prop him up against. It's gonna end fucking badly, dude. I'm just saying. Anyways, that's all I got for this video. Be on the lookout for I Hate Susie Deltarune. Can you guess whether that's gonna be authentic hate or actually just a praise video? Stay tuned to find out. Follow me on Twitter at with a Y. That kwytebox email is in the description if you guys want to send me any video topics. Anyways, piss off.